Hello, boys and girls. I'm Santa Claus, and I would like to say I'm glad y'all are here to listen to this great story. This story I'm fixing to read you is Melly's Menorah by Amy Rosenberg. Okay? And this is a great story. It was winter. The Gopher family had just moved into their new home. The last boxes had been unpacked and everything was in its new place. Just think, said Mom, soon we will celebrate the first Hanukkah in our new home. Yippee, cried the Gopher children, Benny, Tess, and little Melly. One morning, little Melly noticed Benny busily sweeping the floor. Why are you doing that? Asked Melly. Tonight is the first night of Hanukkah, replied Benny, and I'm helping to get ready. Can I help too? Asked Melly excitingly. No, teased Benny, you're better at messing up the house. Tess was in the next room making things with colored paper. What are you doing? Asked Melly. I'm going to decorate the entire house for Hanukkah, replied Tess. Even the bathroom? Asked Melly. Don't be silly, said Tess with a laugh. Melly was serious. If no one will decorate the bathroom for Hanukkah, I will, she thought. She headed for the bathroom. Melly peeked in. Mom was sitting on the bathroom floor amid rows of wrapping paper. What are you doing? Melly asked. I'm trying to wrap these presents where no one will see them, said Mom. Can I help? Asked Melly. No, said Mom. Then your presents won't be a surprise. Melly went to her room. She wished she had presents to wrap for someone or anyone. I know, she thought, I'll make Hanukkah cards. She was cutting and coloring when Dad burst in with the vacuum cleaner, wiring loudly. We've got to clean up this mess, declared Dad. Company is coming tonight for Hanukkah. I'm making Hanukkah cards, said Melly, but Dad could not hear her over the roar of the vacuum cleaner. Suddenly, every last scrap of paper was sucked up and gone forever. So much for Hanukkah cards. Melly would have to find something else to do. It was then that Melly smelled something yummy. She followed her nose to the kitchen where Grandma was busily cooking. What are you doing? Asked Melly. I'm frying latkes. I'm making applesauce. I'm baking cookies. Can I help? Asked Melly. No, said Grandma, but you can play with the leftover cookie dough. Since it is Hanukkah, Melly thought, I'll make a menorah. She rolled and patted, pinched the dough, and in no time at all, she had made a lovely menorah with 8 candle holders and a special place for the shamus. Grandpa came into the room, began rummaging in the cupboards. What are you doing? Asked Melly. I'm looking for the menorah, said Grandpa. It's time to polish it for the first night of Hanukkah. I made a menorah, said Melly, but Grandpa was so busy he took no notice. Why don't you go out and play in the snow? He said. I think I'll do just that, thought Melly, since no one will let me help get ready for Hanukkah. Melly passed through the kitchen on her way to the door. A sheet of Hanukkah cookies sat on the table, ready for baking. Melly grinned. She placed her cookie dough menorah among them. Grandma whisked the cookie sheet into the oven without noticing a thing. Melly put on her jacket and boots and slipped outside. The front yard was covered with snow. Melly decided to make up a game. First she made a pile of snowballs. Then, one by one, she tossed them over her shoulder and tried to guess where they would land. One snowball landed with an odd thud. Ouch. Is that any way to treat your Uncle Jack? Melly turned around. Sorry. And she blushed. Uncle Jack just laughed. He scooped up Melly into his arms with his gifts and carried her into the house. Soon the guests arrived with presents and treats to share. The house was festive and with decorations, gaily wrapped gifts, and merry chatter of all the children. I want to light the first candle, squealed Melly. I want to open the first present, cried Tess. I want to eat the first log cake, boomed Benny. I want us all to have a happy Hanukkah, said Uncle Jack. Just then, Grandpa rushed into the room. I have terrible news, he announced. The menorah is nowhere to be found. I've searched everywhere. It must have got lost when we moved. How will we light the candles? Asked Tess. We can't have Hanukkah without menorah, moaned Mom. Suddenly the joy was gone. Everyone was silent and sad. Wait, cried Melly. I know where there's a menorah. She raced into the kitchen, looked around. Grandma's special Hanukkah cookies were piled high on a shining silver tray. There among them was Melly's menorah, now baked golden brown. Melly grabbed it and returned as fast as she could. Everyone gathered around the cookie dough menorah. Look at that, roared Grandpa. Melly's made a menorah. Oh my, Grandma laughed when she saw it. We could have eaten it. It is a bit unusual, said Dad, but it is a menorah. I think it's the most beautiful menorah I've ever seen, said Mom. She helped Melly light the first candle. Happy Hanukkah. Hooray for Melly. They all cheered. Then everyone had a fine feast of Grandma's latkes. They opened presents, played spin the drill, and sang songs of celebration, and so on. And on each of the 8 nights of Hanukkah, Melly's cookie dough menorah glowed proudly, and so did Melly. Without her, there would have been no first Hanukkah to celebrate in the Gophers' new home. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Now, see this. Remember, reading is a gift to keep and a gift to share. Also, have a special treat for you. Pick up this activity sheet from the Harry P. Woodson Memorial Library or ask your teacher in Caldwell for a copy. Complete the activity and bring the sheet into the library and turn it in at the library's front desk. One of the librarians will give you a present from me, Miss Claus, and our elves. Thank you all.